Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be making chocolate cupcakes dipped in a chocolate ganache. This recipe is very easy and it's definitely a family favorite. To get started, I'm going to be using around 1.5 cups of cake flour. You could also use all-purpose flour if that is all you have. Next, I'll be using 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. I will be putting the weighted measurements and ingredients in the description below. I'm also going to be using a 1/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, and I'm going to run it through my fine wire mesh strainer just to remove any lumps and to mix it. Now I'm going to add 1¼ cups of sugar, and then I'm going to give that a good mix and combine well. For the wet ingredients, I'm going to add right into the bowl a 1/3 cup of cooking oil. I'm actually using grapeseed oil. I'm also adding a 1/2 cup of whole milk. I'm also adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now I'm going to add 1 large egg and a 1/2 cup of sour cream. If you do not have sour cream, you can just add a full cup of whole milk or substitute the sour cream with Greek yogurt or plain yogurt. Now I'm just going to mix and combine well. So here I've poured my batter into a large measuring cup and I've lined my baking pan or my muffin pan with baking cups, and I'm going to fill these 2/3 of the way. I'm going to eyeball it, but if you really want to be accurate with your measurements, then maybe use a scoop or something that you can measure the batter with. This recipe will definitely yield at least a dozen cupcakes. You probably could squeeze in up to 15. So here I've went ahead and dropped the pan twice onto my counter just to remove any air bubbles, and I'm going to be baking this in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 18 to 20 minutes. And I went ahead and put my baking pan on a large baking sheet. This just sort of helps me put it in the oven and remove it. So after 20 minutes of bake time, and you basically want to cook your cupcakes until the center comes out clean from your toothpick, and I'm going to put these on the counter and I'm going to let them set and cool on a cooling rack for about 30 minutes. So for those of you that have asked in other videos, the mark that's on my arm is actually not a bruise. It is a burn scar. During the holidays, I had a lot of things going on, and yep, wouldn't you know it, I got myself with the oven rack. So such is life. While my cupcakes cool, I'm going to work on my frosting or ganache. So here I'm chopping 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate wafers. This is a 60 to 66% cacao ratio. I'm also going to measure in 3 ounces of heavy cream and put that in the microwave for about a minute in 15-second intervals until it is very hot. And I'm going to pour this all over my chopped semi-sweet chocolate wafers. I'm also going to be adding 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter. If I had salted butter, I would add that, but I only have unsalted. So I'm going to add a pinch of salt to that, and I'm going to let this set for 10 minutes. Then after 10 minutes, I'm going to stir. You could also do this over a water bath over your stove, but I find this easy. So once I've combined it and mixed it well, and everything is melted and combined, I am ready to start dipping my cooled chocolate cupcakes into this, and this is how I'm going to frost these. You could use the frosting or icing of your choice, but this is just something my family loves and they request it often. So I'm just going to dip this, and that is it. So these are technically chocolate dipped cupcakes, if you will. And once they are done, you'll want to let them set in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. I'm going to put these on a baking sheet and just let them set in there until the ganache has set and firmed up, and then you are ready to serve your cupcakes. And I'm going to cut right into one so you can see the crumb of the cake. I know a lot of you will be curious about that. I'm really not a professional baker, but you know, if you can tell that this cake does come out moist thanks to the cooking oil and the sour cream in this recipe. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.